Hello. This is a quick guide on how to raise your various crafting professions up to level 10 with relatively little effort. Um, so I'm going to talk about how to get the materials and what to do with them, and then what to actually do to train for the least effort possible. So to start out, you're going to need to get the materials. The best way to do that is to gather big flowers, ore veins, heartstones, and gold flowers like you see here. Uh, you can gather these at any gathering level. So even on a fresh mule or whatever, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be crafting level or gathering level 10 just to get them. Um, to find these, you'll want to go to any spots where people like to go through a lot. Training maps like Sahel, anywhere you see in a training guide is good. Um, you can also go to maps just before bosses, like the map just outside of Horntail, since people will pass through that if they use a rock to go get to Horntail. Also, sometimes quest maps where people will run through while they're doing a quest, like the Von Leon pre-quest maps here, can be good spots as well. The problem with gathering these is that they usually only give you materials that are level 5 and up, mostly level 6 and up. Um, they also usually give you raw materials, although heartstones and gold flowers will give you processed materials, but that's actually all okay, and I'll show you why in a sec. So once you have all your materials, you're going to want to go to Ardent Mill. Now, if you've been able to find lots of gold flowers and lots of heartstones, then you'll have a lot of refined materials, so you won't really need to refine anything. But if you didn't, then you can talk to Knack up here and purchase the molds and the herb oil bottles and use those to refine materials, which to do that, you go over here to the herbalism and mining places, and you use the herb oil bottles along with the seeds and flowers, and similar with mining, you use the molds along with the crystals and ores to actually craft the materials, which on a mech you can't do while you're in mech mode. So crafting the materials like this into refined materials doesn't have a level requirement. You can do it at any level, so it doesn't matter that you only have level 5 and 6 materials from those nodes. You can do this on any character as well. Gathering from those big nodes does not require fatigue. It doesn't use any fatigue, but processing does. So you can transfer to another mule character to refine them if you want to use your fatigue for actually crafting stuff. So now that you have crafted materials, you there's certain things you're going to want to craft to actually level up. So for smithing, what you're going to want to do is craft projectiles. There's all these arrows here. You probably won't be able to craft quality arrow or strong arrow because those use materials that generally don't drop from gathering those big ore veins. So you'll have to make sharp arrows. They have a level requirement of 7 to craft them, but that's actually okay because if you fail the craft, you still get half of the experience. So after you craft enough of these, uh, you'll be able to still level up to get to the point where you can successfully craft them. It's kind of annoying that you have to keep failing over and over, especially because if you say to craft multiple in a row, but you fail one, then it just stops the crafting entirely. But it's either that or you have to go and gather the low level materials yourself. So if you don't want to do that, then just craft the high level stuff. So for smithing, that'll be these arrows here. So try and save your diamonds and your aquamarines for smithing. For accessory crafting, you're going to want to craft any rings that only require a basic ore and an abrasive. You can buy the intermediate abrasives or advanced abrasives for some of the later recipes from Knack up here. And you basically just craft these rings. It's a similar story. You're going to fail a lot at first, and it's going to waste a lot of materials, but since the flowers and the big flowers drop so many, that's kind of okay. Just gather them when you can. Then for alchemy, you can craft the other things, by the way, but they require item crystals. So if you have some, you can do that, but it's usually pretty annoying. So I just go with the basic stuff here. Now for alchemy, what you're going to want to do is craft defense potions. and that's because defense potions only require the oil and bottles. You can buy bottles similarly up from Knack, and the defense potions require more materials. They require more bottles than the buff potions. Like you see, dexterity potion here only takes 5. But this actually ends up being a good thing because when you finally succeed in crafting defense potions, you can then go up here to the alchemy recipe merchant, scroll down to the bottom, basically, just above the bottom here. I crafted some defense potion 5, and then you can come here and grab defense pill 5 recipe, and you use that to be able to craft defense pill 5. And now, through that, where is it here? My God. There, defense pill 5. So you craft these with just defense potion 5 and intermediate potion coagulant, which you also buy from Knack. And because the pills only use 5 at a time, successfully crafting one batch of defense potions allows you to craft 5 batches of pills, which allows you to use way less materials to actually level up the profession. And then similarly to smithing and mining, you just do like whatever you have the materials for, probably the higher level ones. You'll fail a lot, that's okay. When you do succeed, then you can turn those into pills, and you basically just keep doing that all the way up to level 10. And for the most part, that's the least effort way to actually level your crafting professions up. This is probably what you're going to do if you end up leveling up crafting professions on a lot of mules because you want to fuse or extract gear or whatever else, craft shields, anything you want to do. So I hope that was helpful. If there's anything else you want to know, just leave a comment and I'll try and get back to you on that. Have a good day.